Baseball in the Boroughs, presented by Verizon. All right, we are back with another edition of Sundays with Serby. And this week, New York Post columnist Steve Serby, he caught up with another player who has been instrumental in the 2024 turnaround for the New York Mets. That would be third baseman Mark Vientos, who has turned his career around. Now we're going to talk to a man who's never had to turn his stellar career around because it's stellar. And that is Steve Serby, who joins me now. Steve, what's going on?
You're too kind, Dex. You're too kind.
It's all true. We only speak the truth on here, all facts, and you know that it's true. All love. Steve, got to talk about this Q&A, and Mark Vientos, he spoke about overcoming self-doubt through reading self-help books and listening to motivational podcasts. What stood out to you about his journey in building confidence, and how do you think this will continue to shape his career?
Well, with Vientos, everything is a mind game. His quote to me was, and I've never heard this before from anyone, "My mind is constantly making fun of me." His mind tells him, okay, you may have made it, maybe you did this great, maybe you hit a home run, maybe you knocked in the winning run, maybe you had yourself a walk-off home run, which he did earlier in the year, but what are you going to do next? Let's see you do it again. So for him, it's a never-ending cycle of competing with his own thoughts, with his own self. Now, he overcame all these doubts when he was young, when he didn't recognize how good he could be. So this journal that he keeps helps him spiritually and emotionally with overcoming these doubts and eliminating these doubts. And this is a guy who is driven to be a success. And I'm driven to get this sport jacket on to try to get a laugh out of Dex. But anyway, are you there, Dex? Are you there?
I'm here. I'm here, and I see the sport jacket. And this is the second week in a row we've had a wardrobe change by you in the middle of the interview. Can you explain for the people why the wardrobe change?
Well, again, it's a matter of me trying to emulate Dexter Henry. You know, Vientos calls himself Swaggy V.
Swaggy V.
I call you Swaggy D.
Swaggy D.
For me to, come on just with a shirt that makes me look like I'm officiating an NBA game, I felt the need. I felt compelled to try to match up with Swaggy D in any way I can. I don't remember the last time I wore this, but I think this is the perfect spot for it.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on the Swaggy D nickname. Not a big fan of that. I don't think that's what's hot in the streets right now, Steve. Swaggy D, that's not going to cut it.
I thought you'd like that.
Yeah, I'll pass on that. I'll pass on that.
Because you are swaggy.
Yeah, we could leave we could just, yeah. You want to say Swaggy Dex? I'll go with that. I'm fine with that.
All right, all right, Swaggy Dex. All right, so
that's fine. I appreciate the wardrobe change. I'm sure that it will change again. This is 2 weeks in a row. We've got Steve in a blazer, sport coat, or some other attire to put on top of his shirt. But I appreciate that I was able to inspire you. On to the next question. Vientos did express a strong belief in his future success and the Mets' potential as a playoff team. Based on your conversation, how do you see his optimism and mindset influencing the team's dynamics and their performance throughout the rest of this season?
Well, Swaggy V, or Vientos, is big on visualization. That walk-off home run he hit earlier in the year, he visualized that when he was 14 or 15 years old. He also visualizes one day the Mets winning a World Series, and he can see the parade, and he holds the trophy and all that stuff. Of course, the Mets haven't been in that position since 1986, but I was afraid to tell Vientos that. But anyway, he sees this as a playoff team, a team that is proving doubters wrong, a team with experienced vets and young, hungry players, and a third baseman in Vientos with a bite-your-head-off mentality, and a catcher in Francisco Alvarez, who he sees with that very same mentality. And, of course, Mr. OMG himself, Jose Iglesias, and the unofficial captains of the Mets, in his view, Francisco Lindor and Brandon Nimmo, and a manager they like and respect. So Swaggy V fits right in. He's one of the baby Mets from a year ago who is blossoming before our eyes, and he he will be an all-star one day. He vows, he sees him being an all-star one day. Doesn't know if it's going to be next year or 5 years from now or 10 years from now, but his visualization and his drive to better himself every day lands him in the all-star game in his eyes.
Well, I think Vientos, as well as a lot of Mets fans, they agree with his visualization. They want to see the team win a World Series, and they're all visualizing that. Mets with an amazing turnaround. Vientos with an also amazing turnaround to his career as he's producing in 2024. Go check out Steve Serby's Q&A with Mark Vientos. It is a good one. Steve, we will see you next week. And now it's happened 2 weeks in a row. I'm expecting a trend in that you're going to have some other outfit change during our next interview.
Well, I got a Men's Warehouse not far from me. I'm going to see if they have a white suit. Wouldn't that be, how do you think I'd look in a white? It might make my hair look darker.
It will match the hair. I think that's good. But I thought the whole purpose was for us to get our colleague Zach Braziller in that white suit. I thought that's what we were trying to do.
No, he's adamant about that. There's no way. Again, we're not convinced that Zach even owns a suit, but that's another story. But
well, hey, at least if you get the white suit and you wear it here, you might look like John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever. You might go back with that look, taking it back to the 70s.
Most people would probably think of it as John Revolta.
On that note, thank you, Steve. We'll see you next week.
Swaggy Dex. Take care.
Better than what you said before. Thank you.